we'll just quickly go through a little bit of a game segment that I have. Not really a game, but just to get to understand you guys more better in terms of a fun way. Who's more likely to forget a player's name on live TV?
Yeah, Vrajesh has done that. I had to fill in because if he says the first name and then he doesn't know the second name, I fill it in. And luckily, almost all our Kabaddi brothers are known by their first names.
Correct.
Because there's so many of them that have the same second name.
Yeah, and so many of them who have the same first name also.
So there was one phase.
Manjeet's playing in a match.
Yeah.
Two Manjeets from this side, two Manjeets from the other side.
There was a phase when I was sure I would forget a name. So we developed a code. I would say the first name and I would look at him and I would go, "What a player!" And he would know. So he would say, "Yeah." He would. So, no.
That's how you guys compliment each.
Yeah, sure.
Crazy. Who's more likely to crack a joke that makes the other one lose focus?
This guy, man, he is the clown, the joker, and yet the master at it all.
Yeah.
And he would crack the craziest one on air, man.
You'll forget what you're doing.
Yeah, many a time. Every show end when the match gets over and the post show hota hai, uska ending isi ka rehta hai. This it has to be given to him.
We had someone with us on the mat during a game, not in Mumbai, who was really physically well built, okay? Now, and huge, I'm not naming names, okay? And the lower body really built, like tree trunks, man, thighs. Now, you call a thigh in Hindi, you call it a janga. I'm talking and he comes into my ear and he goes, "Iski janga nahi, kanchan janga hai." He says this in my ear, his mic is, and I'm talking. And I stop for a second and I look at him and I say, "Yes, you were saying?" So he laughs and he moves on. But yeah, either of us actually,
Yeah.
Nice. Who's more likely to get overexcited and scream into the mic?
Arey, come on. This man takes the
No
cake.
brainer.
Our sound sound dada or the team that handles the sound, they have special microphones for Vrajesh. He does not need a microphone.
No, this is wrong. Yeah, you're right.
We have to change mics.
If the game is in
You have to
Worli,
change the mic right here before the podcast. These guys are.
this is a lie. Listen, so I'm saying that if the game is in Worli, you can put the mic in Borivali. I'll be talking from Worli. You'll hear me without the mic. But no, yeah, both of us. Okay. So, you're speaking of social media a while back, and boss, in the initial few seasons, there were so many comments about him that I didn't send him when they were all asking, did he just come off his IV?
I got the same comments for him. Because we both were given the directive was that guys go out there. There's a bit of
like this. Carry on, you carry on. I'm not good. You carry on.
Yeah, no, but this is exactly what it is. That we were the brief was bring a little bit of boxing, bring a little bit of wrestling, bring a little bit of basketball. You know, NBA, WWE, world boxing, stuff like that. So when you introduce a team, ladies and gentlemen, in the right corner. I mean, this is what it is.
Screaming.
It's been on since the time you were pitching.
Entire season of Pro Kabaddi coming up next. I'm going to play like this. Line. Come on, let's go.
This is the entertainment I was talking about. One more question. Who's a bigger procrastinator when it comes to the two of you?
So, bigger procrastinator about what?
Like, just in general.
You can't call a game 20 minutes after you're supposed to call it.
What?
Come on, man. What do you procrastinate on? You need to do your makeup now. You need to do. What do you procrastinate? I'll talk to you
In
later.
general in life.
In life.
Not just during a game, but...
So look, there are times when I've said that, okay, I'll pay my taxes 2 days later. Then I realize how much of a fine I have to pay. So now I've stopped. But yes, in life, I like to. So if my wife walks up to me and says, we need to talk. And I say, we'll talk later. I mean, procrastinating. Yeah. But procrastinate. Imagine in something that sounds so negative, there is an inbuilt positive because it's a procrastinate. It's not an anti-crastinate.
I like the way you're looking at this.
Yeah.
Easy. Who's more likely to go viral for something hilarious they said on air?
This man again. And he has.
Yeah.
He
Is there
has.
anything that you can give us?
Yeah, a lot of stuff that has happened, but no, his reel game is on. He says he makes the most fun reels nowadays, and when it comes to sports also, and other things also. Once he did something with Chunky Pandey was like crazy.
Insane.
And sports में भी किया ना कुछ तो.
So I actually did a film with Paddy. I did a few reels with Padamji Sharawat. I actually did a movie where I'm playing Anupam Kher's coach.
Vijay.
So yeah, Vijay 69. Yeah.
Hey, we both have played sports coaches in our careers also.
Oh, dude, so was he.
I played coach in
man.
Kashmir Rocket. I was training Tapsi for athletics.
Yeah.
Nice.
So sports follows us.
Similarities are there as well.
Oh man, I didn't think of that really.
Who's
You got paid more than me, I'm sure.
who's the more serious one between the two of you? I know you guys, you both are funny. But
No, clearly at the end of this podcast, the people will turn around. He's the older brother, but I'm the one who behaves like a dadaji.
do you agree with that?
And he behaves like a 16-year-old.
Do you agree with that? Because the stance is a little different.
It's possible. It's possible.
Okay, go to the next one. What's your co-commentator's go-to reaction when a super tackle or anything of that sort happens?
Co-commentator's reaction.
Yeah,
Like his reaction.
his reaction or anybody else's.
I don't know about Vrajesh, but I generally don't sit during my commentary
Same.
stints along with
Same.
So Sanjay Dada most of the times turns around and says, "Back now, thoda pani piyo, back now." Because I'm on with I'm on my feet sort of a thing. So it's fun to see Sanjay Dada react that way.
So I've had co-commentators also tell me sort of, I mean, mine laugh a lot because, for example, at a high point, I get excited, yeah. So I've been known to go.
Yeah, he does that. He makes the most
fair, I've seen
weird
that.
sounds on it. He went to Hyderabad and for the entire 15 days, every evening, live on Pro Kabaddi, he goes, Hyderabad mein ho rahi, kala-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. And it became a thing. It became a viral thing. Everybody is going kala-la-la-la-la-la because of him.
Crazy. How do you manage to come up with that? Like at that time, like what is that inbuilt? Like it's just
I don't come up, it comes up by itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
crazy. Between the two of you, what is that one phrase that each of you uses time and again? Like, do you know of any that something Mantra uses always, or do you know of any that Brajesh uses always? One phrase, one line.
Yeah, for him, it's basically.
Yeah. He loves saying that also, yeah. And every time I say it on air, he looks at me and goes, yes, basically.
So it's basically. That's him, bro. मेरा ऐसा कुछ नहीं है.
He doesn't have any.
Is there any worst habit about the each of you that you know of?
He thinks that I don't let him speak, and
Yeah.
he thinks that कि मैं कभी-कभी बहुत ज़्यादा. So very nicely, brother, he says, निकल मत जाना.
No. So he no. So he
You
so
have these
no. The thing is that because he has the entire RO in mind, and because there's so much of chaos around him, he can at times, and especially in big games, he can tend to be a little on edge. He can tend to be on edge. So it's sometimes a challenge to get him to just relax
That is
a little bit.
That is right, and he does that to me. Before big games, he would come up to me and he would tell me that निकल मत जाना, तेरा gear जो है shift जो होता है उसके बाद तू निकल जाता है. So I keep that in mind because we are music together.
Yeah.
Speaking of the procrastination, sometimes so we have a game this evening. we've gotten on a flight at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Fair.
At 6 o'clock in the morning, he's saying, so what are we going to do this evening? Calm down, let me have my first egg, yeah.
That's true. That's true.
So I sometimes I say we'll do it. Just give it to me. So I sometimes do tend to sort of procrastinate, but normally before we've had our lunch, we know what we're going to do. But I mean, at breakfast, we know what we're going to do. Fine.
If the two of you
5 o'clock in the morning, what are we going to do at 8 o'clock in the evening? We'll figure it out.
fair.
We'll go.
So you're a little more laid back, like you would want to do your things like with time.
He shifts his gear at the right time. He peaks at the right time.
Also the things, when you're building up into the pressure of getting onto the mat pre-game, like how they say, until the gas is lit, nothing catches fire.
Right.
Things come, they fall into place. But he likes to know.
What's the one thing you admire about Mantra, and what's the one thing you admire about Vrajesh? Admiration.
Insane, yaar.
Maybe you must have never told him that. Oh, you must have never discussed.
But his level of skill, I mean, just everything about him it's just so phenomenal, incredible professional, yaar. So, and I think that is, I mean, what can you say? Oh, coming back to a lot of what we were speaking about, the one thing I really admire is how much at ease he can put the next person. Because he's genuinely so kind. And how much of confidence he can impart to the person with him, whether on the mat or whether in the comm box, is incredible. I mean, everything else, of course, is professional. You need to know your job. You need to know what you're going to do. You need to know numbers. You need to know what you're going to say. You need to have the words there. But just the thing of putting the other, it'll happen. You can do this. You're really, it's a phenomenal sort of humanity to have. Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, and I look up to him for a lot of things, but for the simple fact of the matter is that he's a very well-read man, and मेरे लिए ये मेरा library है. So a lot of things that I get to know about the world, about who has said, which philosophy has come from where, which cinema has done what. So I get a lot from him because he's really read a lot. Publisher मैं है, पढ़ाई इसने की. और
he's a publisher.
So, but
he's a book publisher. Like that's a business.
He's the kind of a book lover. If you leave him inside a bookshop, more chances than none that he will be out with a stack of books. So he's a very well-read man.
Wow, that's something that we got to know today. Crazy. I was also going to the fact that because y'all are commentators yourself, right? Is there any favorite commentator you'll have, or a favorite voice that you'll follow?
Since you have asked this, going back to an earlier question of, the younger people trying to break in, asking whether they should, it takes a long time, etc. So the first time that it was communicated to me that I need to go and sit in the comm box, my first reaction was, I can't do this. I don't know how to do this. It's not my job. But luckily there were people around me, him being one of them, who told me, you can. It's the most natural fit for you. You know the game. You have the words. I was so scared. So scared when I started commentary. You have no idea. And I used to just walk. I used to crumble inside after every game. I used to go back and look and listen at what I've done. And I think I started commentary just pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Or just pre-COVID. And then COVID hit, and then, there was a season dropped, and then we had a next season where there was a low phase of COVID, but we were still keeping it in a bubble. And me and Navneet did 26 games back to back, and that's when I actually developed my sort of commentary language. I mean, the 26 games back to back, I was having visions of players sitting on me in the night while sleeping.
What about
just seeing that?
Look up to, or you find them interesting? All throughout, I think, since forever that we've been watching.
So I'm saying that the entire commentary team is phenomenal. Every single commentator brings something different to the table, and there have been a lot.
Any sport, for example.
No, I'm saying closest to me, the most I had interfaced with on a one-to-one level. So there's been phenomenal things across seasons and commentators of various hues bringing in incredible sort of energies and talents and words and ways. But someone with incredible words, experience, knowledge, just an even tone. When you need to go up, you go that high. You know, when you're excitable, to be able to sit back like this and project excitement, I think Sanjay Banerjee is just...
Yeah, Sanjay Banerjee is incredible. Too many years that he has given to this sport, and he's done radio also. And like I said, Harsha Bhogle is the greatest of our time, and we should be fortunate to be living in an era where Harsha Bhogle is behind the microphone. I have looked up to him. My favorite is Pommy Ambangwa.
Oh, mind-blowing. Mind-blowing.
There was once a contest where you had to vote for your favorite commentator, and I took an extra effort to go out there and vote for Pommy Ambangwa because everything he does makes it sound so wonderful, because he's got the smile in his voice and he comes out there. You want to listen to him. He might be just saying numbers, but you will still feel for him. And he's so wonderful.
Other than that, for me, any commentator from the Middle East or from South America in a football game who, at the time a goal is scored, goes... Yes.
So that's where it comes from. Huh? I grew up listening to and really idolizing Jeffrey Boycott. You got to understand, Stalin, even my grandmom could have done that. He was amazing. Michael Holding is someone who I looked up to for the longest period.
For a long period of time, I really followed Henry Blofeld.
Henry Blofeld.
Henry Blofeld, the man who actually said when Anil Kumble dropped a catch in the outfield in Sharjah, said, Kumble, Fumble, Tumble. He actually said that. Yeah?
He said that.
Because he dropped the catch and then he fell himself and he said, Chimble.
Michael Holding.
Chimble, yeah.
Michael Holding, out of all, the most intense. He does not need to raise his voice. The batsman's gotta beat it.
Yeah.
All eyes beating him, man. Right there, easy voice, nothing much. Navjot Singh Sidhu, another man I really look up to, and I've worked with him a lot. In fact, it's thanks to him I got into sport.
So that's an unfair question when you say who is the one commentator. I'm saying it's a galaxy.
Yeah. But Harsha, Charu Sharma for the longest time. I've worked with him also.
I used to watch that.
That depth of voice.
Yeah. Charu Sharma, Harsha Bhogle, these two people, for us who are not sportsmen, these two people we look up to, because both of them not being actual sportsmen themselves, being the face and voice of sports.
Incredible.